So this will be very interesting.
I'm a little disappointed that we don't have a single person playing homage to that, though. We don't have a single person trying to use Hard Rock. For shame. However, we do have Celtic Rival going with a hidden just for the funsies here. Holding on to that double S right now.
I do believe this map
showing
like 220.
Malaysia is showing some pretty high accuracy here too. I really do feel like Malaysia's a little bit underestimated. Like they're underseeded, really. I think they're more of a mid seed than a low seed.
Yeah, rank doesn't determine skill, just remember. But of course that mod advantage from Celtic Rival and that accuracy, still holding above 98.5, is really going to push Malaysia ahead. Oh, we've seen note locks from Taiko and Maniac. The score's going to flip back over to Germany.
I think this warm-up is a pretty good indicator, though, that Malaysia is, despite being a low seed, they're not anyone to be scoffing at here. They are able to hold accuracy, they're able to hold combo, they're able to do quite well on difficult maps, because this is not an easy map by any means, so it is easier than maps that we have in the pool, other than maybe like Clash of Swords. Yeah, Malaysia actually getting ahead of Germany here.
Oh, those misses and the accuracy from the Puri is just dragging Germany down just enough for Malaysia to be ahead.
Zayn and Jerry, though, both above 99%. Zay actually being the only full combo with 8 100s, showing that Germany is a very strong powerhouse of a team there, having some really good accurate players and really good speed players as well.
We've just watched a low seed beat a top seed in a warm-up. This, I hope, is going to be a very good match.
All right, and we do have the second warm-up, which is, oh boy, do you want to try and pronounce this one?
It's Matt. No.
I'll take a terrible attempt at it. Wurshash Gadi? I don't know. Like, there's no way it's that. We need, like, where's our fellow Germans to pronounce? Our Germans are just gone. Anyway, that was our attempt at pronouncing that song's name.
Wurshash. I got no idea.
Apparently it was good, so I did a good job.
Yeah. Nice to see Zetpera is plugging user page banners, so if you support Germany, go buy a banner for Germany. Show your support. Same for Malaysia, if you support Malaysia, go do it. Banners are cool. Banners are so 2017.
And if you're one of those people that is just like, you know what, congratulations Japan for winning 2017 Taiko World Cup, and go grab a Japanese one. Just go ahead and support the team that you feel like is going to do well, or one that you want to do well, right?
Yes, well, I've told Indonesia that if they beat Australia, I will be buying an Indonesian profile banner. Pablo Fernandez, no, this is best of 9. We're in the bracket stage. We've just increased the score required to win because longer, more hyped matches are great, and it tests more of the skills of the players.
Yeah, it requires players to play more of the map pool, right? Which, you know, each different map in the map pool tests different skills, or at least tries to. Honestly, when I think about it, I'm fairly scared of what we're going to see in semifinals and finals with how much diversity we may end up seeing in the pools. This is actually looking a little interesting here. So Germany is actually just barely squeaking by on Malaysia right now. Malaysia is looking like they might actually be a fair contender for this match. I mean, this is only warm-up, but if this keeps up through the actual maps as well, we may see a different story than what we were expecting.
Yes, I just really hope that Malaysia performs this well in the actual matches. Look at the scores flickering by.
Yeah, Malaysia actually taking the lead. Again, only warm-up, but if we see Malaysia take points on both warm-ups, that's a fairly good indicator of what could end up happening. Oh, I'm getting more and more excited for this match just as this goes on.
Look at the score difference. It is so small. Napuru missing might... I don't think it'll be enough.
It doesn't look like it will be, but if Malaysia is not giving Germany a run for their money, I don't have the words. I'm actually really excited for this. I really wouldn't have expected a low seed to be able to compete with Germany as a top seed. But as we can see on this warm-up, only a 21,000 point difference between the two teams.
Look at the accuracy from Taiko Maniac. Despite 6 misses, only 7 100s, which is insane.
Oh wow!
Oh dear, the rolls.
A 10 and a 6. Okay, so the winner of the roll will be Malaysia. So we will see the first ban come out from Germany.
Will it be Mushi no Sumo? That is the question.
I feel like they won't want to get rid of the fast stuff against Malaysia. I feel like this fast stuff is like guaranteed points, or points that they can pressure a little bit more against a lower seed team.
V10. This is the greatest roll wars I've probably ever seen.
Alright, so Germany getting rid of the Can't Hide Your Love. No love for the Hard Rod pool at all. I can completely understand it. That map is quite difficult, very mono heavy as well. And on Malaysia's side, we're actually getting a hidden ban with Harp UI being banned. Now, I think one of the key things to note with these two teams is I'm not actually sure which one is stronger at slider velocity maps. And as I say that, the first map that is being selected by Malaysia is actually a slider velocity map. We're getting Light Show Magic Stronghold, which we haven't actually seen this on stream yet, I should mention. Very, very difficult map to read. As you will be seeing, it has a lot of slider velocity changes and sections that are meant to be overlapping and to try and trick the players up. Will Germany be able to keep up with Malaysia on slider velocity maps? Because I'm not sure which of these two teams is actually stronger at those.
But look here, we've got Zetera switching out from Mu104, who's a very strong player for Germany. A very scary one at that.
Yeah, Mew is actually the highest ranked player in Germany as well, and a very, very strong hidden player, though this isn't a hidden map, but generally hidden players happen to be very good at slider velocity maps as well because they are good at reading.
Oh man, the strongest European player.
Those that are asking why isn't this a standard? Because we are currently streaming the Taiko World Cup, and that will be ongoing until the grand final matches are done, so please enjoy game.
Yes, I think people forget that the other game modes have communities too.
Well, what can you say? I mean, I enjoy watching the Standard Cups as much as the next person, but I gotta say, like, some of the other game modes are really neat to watch. I especially enjoy watching Catch the Beat and Mania. Watching Catch the Beat is just like insane what they can do.
Despite what people say about Catch the Beat not being a real game, or Host Catch, sorry, I actually really enjoy watching the competitive scene of it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, I mean, it's not a rhythm game or whatever, but it's just, it's really, really fun to watch, in my opinion. It's like a really good spectator game. All right, and getting into the first map for Germany versus Malaysia, Stronghold. Which team will come out on top?
And already we've been greeted with slider velocity changes. Very fast ones in Impuri. Still, oh, right, thanks client lag. Please fix client.
First accuracy drop coming in from Celtic Rival. But all players are holding really high accuracies right now. The only accuracy drop actually being from Celtic Rival. And just look at how small that score difference is so far. But this is a quite long map too, and there's lots of different places to trip up on it too. So we'll have to see if these players can manage these slider velocity sections. There is a few sections in this map that players may want to have memorized, and already we have a miss from Germany, Impuri missing, and Malaysia pulling ahead in score. The Taiko Maniac missing as well. Score going right back to Germany. Nobody missing on the slider that comes in at ninja speed.
As you can see, this map is already insane.
And as we're seeing right now, the score difference is so small. This could easily swap between the two teams. So for anyone that isn't familiar with what slider velocity is, it is basically how fast the notes are scrolling across the screen. As you can see, the notes are changing on how fast they are scrolling from the right to the left. Have another miss there from Taiko Maniac. Currently only Celtic Rival and just Celtic Rival holding a full combo on Malaysia's side.
And Zay for Germany.
Celtic has slightly higher accuracy than Zay though, but another miss from Taiko Maniac and Jerry. These misses are slowly adding up and extending the score difference, so Germany has a bit of an advantage right now, but this is a long map. As mentioned, we are actually just approaching the halfway point now.
Oh yes, there are still plenty amount of ninja notes. Taiko finding another miss. Just going to push that lead ever further in Germany's way. This is about a 40,000 point lead, but Malaysia still has very strong chance to catch up.
Yeah, there's another section that's coming up in just a moment that is going to have some really slow slider velocity. So players need to be much better at reading closer notes.
And not to mention, there are very long extended drum rolls, which are great bonus points for any player who can hit every one.
So far, no players having any issues with reading. Oh, as I spoke too soon, a Fury actually missing there. And a miss from Mew. That score difference is actually slowly shrinking as Malaysia is starting to catch up to Germany. But a miss from Jerry on those fast cats there. It's looking so close. They've got less than 30,000 point difference between the two teams. And you gotta remember, this is a low seed versus a top seed team. This is actually incredibly impressive performance from Malaysia so far. Not a single player holding full combo right now, but Taiko Maniac is starting to build up their combo right now. Oh no, actually, I spoke too soon. Celtic Rival is actually still holding full combo.
Do we see a rip?
I think we might actually have had a disconnect. Just maybe? It's looking like it. Zay is not looking like they are active in the match. And unfortunately, as the disconnect happened quite far into the map, this will not be a replayed map either. So that will actually be a point for Malaysia.
So just checking the MP link, it looks like Zay DC'd 1 second before the end of the song.
That's incredibly unfortunate.
One second.
Well, okay, so give us a moment here. We're going to figure out what's going on with that.
Yes, he has problems with his keyboard. Well, we've seen that in group stage when Spain managed to snatch a point.
Apparently, Zay's OS crashed.
Now,
that's just unfortunate. But
this is why I particularly like screenshotting the moment I finish a map, just in case.
well, not how we were expecting the first point of the match to be decided. I was thinking that was going to be a Germany point there, but it will be a Malaysia point.
Oh, it was extremely close regardless.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how you look at it, for a low seed to stay that close to a top seed is almost unheard of, especially in the round of 16, because you very rarely actually see low seeds get this far to begin with. And these guys are putting up a performance that is almost on the equivalent of a top seed team. So I'm not even sure how I should feel about my predictions now. I was originally predicting 5-1 for Germany, but I don't know. It's looking like Malaysia might actually be able to take a few more points than just one.
Looking from the tournament client, it looks like Zay would have needed a score of 986,000, and I can say he probably would have gotten that.
All right, and not even a surprise, Germany is going with Run Lads Run. So for anyone that knows Germany's team, they have some really strong hidden players. So obviously the first one is Mew104, who is known for their hidden, very strong player, highly ranked, one of the highest ranked players in Germany. And then we also have Chromox, who is basically a hidden specialist and can pretty much read hidden better than they can read Nomad.
And it also goes back to Malaysia banning out Harpurio, which is a very smart choice. It limits the HD options that Germany can thrive off. Right, it looks like Zay is back.
Hopefully we do not have another crash or disconnect. I don't think anybody wants that.
Yes, the T in TWC stands for technical difficulties.
I mean, you could honestly just change it to Technical World Cup and you still wouldn't really be all that far off. Because this has been a very technical Taiko World Cup.
Oh, the map pool as well as, yeah, also been very technical.
All right, and getting into the second map here, Germany's pick, Run Lads Run. This is honestly looking to be a point for Germany just based off of their player lineup, but we'll have to see if Malaysia is able to keep up on hidden with Germany.
I have a feeling that after Celtic's rival's performance in the warm-up on, I believe it was Sayonara Planet Wars, that I reckon he can keep up with Germany. But it's just a matter of whether Jerry and Taiko Maniac can display such skill as well.
Actually, we have some early misses from Chromox, which are going to give Malaysia a bit of a lead. Even with Jerry missing, it's still a little bit better accuracy on Malaysia's side. We're getting some flickering. It's now back to Germany. What is this even? This shouldn't be happening with a low seed versus a top seed. Go Malaysia. They've totally just earned my support. As we get into the slow stream here, Taiko Maniac trying to get back into that stream. Oh no, Taiko Maniac, get back in there. Okay, oh no, they're back in, but they drop. Now Zeltic Rival
Zay
dropping
as well.
Jerry, everybody's dropping, but Chromox and Mew were holding fine. They even end up missing. Everyone just dropping all over the place.
That was catastrophic.
So that's basically the worst scenario for every single team. If you start missing in those streams, you will continue to miss. And as we're seeing right now, Taiko Maniac is not looking too good. Neither is Zay, really. Zay actually ended up dropping quite hard as well, dropping down to what, 86%?
And like that, the score difference is already 400,000 just by that.
Yeah, that really came down to Mew holding through that entire slow stream section without having any misses, sitting at a high accuracy, really carrying Germany right now. Chromox was doing quite good as well, but it's just, I don't know, like, Zeltic Rival is able to keep up with Chromox, but no one's able to keep up with Mew.
It looks like Zay and Jerry, will they pass? Taiko Maniac's not going to pass. Jerry, so close.
Yeah, so unfortunately for Malaysia, there was 2 fails there. Jerry and Taiko Maniac both failing. Zay just barely squeaking past the pass mark there. That could have actually ended up going the complete opposite way that it did. If Taiko Maniac and Jerry had ended up passing and Zay had ended up failing, it could have actually been another point for Malaysia.
The scary thing is that Mew alone, his score was almost greater than Jerry and Taiko Maniac combined.
Yeah, it's just goes to show you, if you hit those streams and you maintain your accuracy on this map, you'll just gain a huge advantage over anyone that may miss or note lock in that stream.
So will Malaysia choose another no-mod? And it looks like they are indeed going with Kraken.
All right, so we're going to be getting the second out of the 3 total slider velocity maps that are in this pool. This being the second no-mod one, second and final no-mod option for slider velocity. And also a great map in general.
Thank you, Nishizumi.
As we get more and more slider velocity maps being created by mappers.
Not sure if we should learn the name of this map.
Shun no Shifuro o Ikashida Kare Fumi Peria.
Kraken will do nicely.
That was my best attempt at it.
That was a very good attempt.
Feel free to LA Giggle at to your heart's content if I did that wrong. Either way, release the octopus.
Kick it down slow. And as I say that, the ending of this map has some nice 310 BPM.
Yeah, those 1/6 at the very end of the map are pretty brutal. Because not only are they basically 310 BPM equivalent for 1/4 snap, they are also monos, so they are a lot harder to hit than, say, mixed 1/6 for some players. All right, and going into the third map, 1-1 for Germany versus Malaysia. Who will end up taking the point here? This is Malaysia's second pick, so we'll have to see if Malaysia can manage to squeak a victory out on their pick. Get maybe a little bit more of a proper win, as the first one didn't feel so good for them, I'm sure. So with this map, in terms of slider velocity, it's not as severe as what we saw in Stronghold, though it can also be very difficult to read if you are not used to slider velocity maps.
Like these triplets in particular. Actually, the lead is very small.
Just look at the score flicker. Everybody from Malaysia is still holding 100%, and only Mio on Germany's side is holding 100%, but just because of finishers right now, it's looking like Germany is pulling a very minor lead. But with that miss from the Fury, it's gone right back over to Malaysia. What is this? Malaysia is just destroying this map right now. Every single one of the players is holding above 99.9%. Celtic Rival still holding that 100%. Mew, however, is not backing down, still holding 100% as well, and Celtic Rival actually missing, so dropping that 100% as well. Celtic Rival missing again, though Malaysia has still built up a fairly significant lead and is holding on quite strong here. Still have a 30,000 point lead.
Like, even despite Celtic Rival's miss, the accuracy is still really good and keeping up with the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's actually higher than the Furies. Taiko Maniac dropping as well here, but again, there is still a lead, and it swaps right over to Germany. The lead is so small for Germany right now, but it is looking like they will maintain it for a little bit here as we're going into slow section.
Yes, Taiko Maniac did actually pick up a lot of 100s on that stream slowdown. Also, these mono Dom doublets, they may seem very innocent, but I find that sometimes if you do not hit them properly, the game will register you actually hitting a finisher, and you'll miss one of those notes, which is very painful to say the least.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you, I guess the term that Zetrot uses, you gotta feather tap those, or basically like, you know, roll your hand. This lead is so small though, less than 20,000 points for Germany right now ahead of Malaysia. We've still got a little more than that to go, and it's going to start getting quite fast here as the BPM increases. And Jerry bombed really hard there on that stream. That is not good. But Nipiri missing as well. They're going to have to make up for those misses that Jerry ended up accumulating there, but Neo and Nipiri missing as well. And Zayn missing, everyone, and Malaysia taking the lead. Can Malaysia actually take the point here? It looks like they might actually be able to do it. There's only a very small amount of the map left. Yeah. Nipiri is missing like crazy.
We'll just have to see how they go on the monos. The final mono is a very bad place. Anyone could lose accuracy on it.
Yeah, but the lead right now is actually quite significant. They've got almost a 70,000 point lead over Germany. This could be the first, I'm going to say first legitimate point for Malaysia here over Germany, and it's looking like it's going to be. Is it going to be? Is it going to be? Zayn missing really hard. Everybody from Germany missing really hard. It's actually. Go ahead.
They're gonna do it. Malaysia's gonna take a point.
Almost by 100,000 points over Germany. This is the low seed versus a top seeded team. Malaysia is representing so hard right now, showing that they came here to win this. They are not going to take second place to anybody that they are facing right now. Malaysia is working hard for this. They want this point. They want to advance against Germany, proving that the low seed is ready to take on the world. What a match.
Oh boy. And with the way we were looking at Malaysia earlier, like half an hour ago as a low seed team, to see that they're actually in the lead now, 1-2 against Germany.
I honestly can't say I was expecting this. Malaysia is exceeding my expectations right now, and Germany is still playing quite strong. They have had a couple of, I'd say, not so great plays on a couple of the maps here, but they are still playing at a fairly high level, and Malaysia's just doing better. That's really all there is to it. They are playing better than Germany right now. All right, Twitch chat. So while we are currently in the process of selecting the next map, and we are 2-1 with Malaysia versus Germany, I want to know, who are you guys supporting? Let us know in the chat. If you are supporting Malaysia, drop a support Malaysia or whatever the heck you want to say. Go Malaysia, give Malaysia your energy. If you are supporting Germany, give them your energy, give them your sausage, give them whatever the heck you want to give them in order to help them do their best in this tournament. I'm totally not just making myself hungry by talking about food. Hey.
Dude, jokes about German sausages are the worst.
You would. That was the worst joke I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I hear technical picks. It's gonna be Shakunetsu, Beachside Bunny.
Alright, so I've had a little bit to discuss about each of these maps, so I'm going to let you discuss a little bit about this one, though we've already seen this map at least once already.
We've seen how well Taiwan just performed on it. Looks like Germany's going to be going with a more slow technical pick to try and trip up Malaysia. Seems that the SVs are just not doing it for Germany. So this map has a lot of decent length, 1/4, 1/6 streams. And really, that's the gist of it. It's as I've said, it's a very slow, very technical map.
There is actually some 1/8 of this too, right?
1/8. I am trying to think where. Oh yes, there is actually some 1/8 in it. Very minor amounts though.
But yeah, it's not just a 1/4 plus 1/6 map. There is some more technical aspects in it. There is some 1/8 snapping sections.
But seeing the players on Germany's team, you've got Mew, Zedera, and Zay, which I feel can outplay the Malaysian team in terms of technicality.
All right, and here we go. Going into Germany's second pick here. Much more technical map than what we have seen being selected compared to the slider velocity maps that Malaysia has been gunning for. And yeah, as we're immediately seeing here, this is not the kind of pick that Malaysia wants to be dealing with. Everybody from Malaysia has missed so far. Just these 1/6 causing some trip-ups. However, Germany not looking so great on these either. Actually, every player from Germany even having missed once so far. And the lead is very minor.
Starting to reconsider this pick from Germany now. Though Malaysia is finding quite a lot of misses right now, so the lead is going to push in favor of Germany for now.
Yeah, some of the not so common 1/6 patterns are causing some trip-ups from some of the players from Malaysia here. Not even just Malaysia though, even some of the top players from Germany are struggling here, even Mew dropping. Zatera, though, representing Germany right now. One of the DDKK players on the Germany side. Just being like, nah, this map's easy. Don't worry about it. I got technical maps down for us. Holding that nice, comfortable 98.4%. But as this is a fairly short map for being one of the more technical ones, this is looking, it will be a Germany point. Tying the match up.
All of Malaysia missing right at the end, and Germany is not giving them a chance to catch up. Germany will bring it to 2-all.
Now, I will say that there are not very many maps in the pool that are similar to Beachside Bunny, so I don't think Germany will be able to get away with doing any picks similar to that in the pool. They are probably going to have to go with much faster picks from here on out if they want to be able to take on Malaysia, especially with how Malaysia has been doing on the more slider velocity oriented maps. I would expect from Malaysia we're going to see FKS as the next map, as we have been seeing them go for those slider velocity picks. But
Clash of Clans.
Clash of
This is.
Clans.
I don't think
Clash of
that's. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. All right, we've got some Supercell advertising here. We are not sponsored, by the way.
All right, so we didn't get the FKS, but we are going to be getting one of the streaming maps. So Clash of Swords. Again, there is not really any 1/6 in this map, so there's not as many places for players that have issues with more technical patterns to mess up. It is just a very straightforward speed map. If you can manage the streams, then you can manage the map. When you were talking about that whole sponsored thing, though, like, oh, we're not sponsored, I seriously wanted to drop that sponsored by Heatap thing. I've been watching way too much Dragon Ball Abridged lately.
Sponsored by Peppy.
Because I understood the reference almost straight away.
Remember, guys, tickets for the Ostjet open April 1st, 2017.
Free Heatap provided.
Be there or be square. And we've already talked about this before. We don't like squares in this community.
We don't like
We're
squares, yeah.
the community.
If you want squares, go to Mania.
Isn't it?
No, don't go. Please stay. Oh, sorry. They it has 4 sides at right angles to each other. I mean they're the same. I mean, are you gonna tell me that an oblong is not a rectangle? I don't know.
I'm gonna stay out of that.
If it means anything, if you look at the area that tells you where your combo is in Taiko, and you've got the notes hit, the small pink section around that is a square. Illuminati confirmed.
Oh boy. Okay, so we're getting into Malaysia's third pick here, going for the speed stream map. Have to see if this is a good decision for them. I feel like this is probably the next best bet they've got other than FKS, so this is probably going to be a good pick, but I also know that Germany has players that can keep up with this stuff and accuracy it quite well.
Yes, after seeing the HD abilities from Germany, I feel that Malaysia just wants to knock all the no-mods out the way.
Now, I will say that there is a section of this map that has a very heavy mono section. It's all cats, so all blue notes, for those that are not familiar with those terms, which may cause Zatera a little bit of issue, as they are a BBKK player, so they're playing that section all in one hand.
And I believe this is 229 BPM, so that's some pretty fast drilling.
Oh boy, and we actually have a miss from Zay as well. Though, as it is right now, there's been a miss from Celtic Rival as well, so it's mostly evened out. Jerry and Taiko Maniac holding on to fairly high accuracies themselves, managing to stay even with Mew and Zatera. The score difference is almost entirely from the accuracy difference between Zay and Celtic Rival right now. Or Celtic Rival. And it's just so small. It's got to be less than 5,000 points.
Yes, all players held incredibly well on the stream section. We'll have to see how they go on the next few.
All right, and here's the first major stream section, and we have a drop from Zatera. And here's this, oh man, Malaysia's holding on strong right now. Can they hold through it? Taiko Maniac
just ahead.
Taiko Maniac missed. No, he's so close. They're so close to being able to manage it. It doesn't look like they will though.
Was that a miss from Zay?
Will it be enough? Will it be enough? It's so close. I don't believe this.
Finishes. I don't think they're gonna make it, but it's so close.
Oh, look at that. It's like 4,000 points.
4,000 points. Oh my goodness.
It's not even. It's like 3,500. It's under 4,000 point. That is so close.
But like, look at the similarities. Like Jerry and Mew are very comparable. Zetera and Taiko Maniac are almost identical.
I really think that if Taiko Maniac had held on just a little bit longer and managed to get through that stream without a miss, they would have actually pulled it off and taken the point there. But that is not the result that Malaysia was looking for. Malaysia definitely wanted to get a point on their pick, and now they're in a very bad situation where they have to win on a Germany pick in order to tie up the match. And I just don't know if they'll be able to do it because, as we've been seeing, Germany has some advantages over Malaysia in terms of technical picks.
But it begs the question, what is Germany going to pick to secure their lead?
Yeah, this is where it gets a little bit challenging for Germany, I think, because they're running, like, other than the double time stuff, they're kind of running out of things that are extremely technical that they'll have a very large advantage over Malaysia with. I feel like we may see some double time being picked just for the sake of they are an overall stronger, faster team, I should say. And I definitely don't blame Germany for taking a little bit of time to decide on what they are going to pick for this next match.
I don't think Germany was ready for this strong Malaysian force.
I don't think anyone was ready for this strong Malaysian force. They're clearly showing that they are a force to be reckoned with. And I wouldn't even be surprised if we see them advance a little bit through the loser bracket, if they end up falling down to the loser bracket.
Ah, yes, of course. Going with Amphispina, the free mod, which allows for all mod combinations, I think is a very good pick. It's got the 1/4 with 1/6 in it, which is very similar in a sense to Beachside. So I think it's a good pick for Germany, and also they can capitalize off HD. Like, for example, I have a feeling that Mew will almost certainly use HD just because of how strong a HD player is. And so going free mod sort of gives Germany that edge. So I think it's a very good pick for them.
I would not be surprised if we see every single player using a mod in this case here, just because there's so much like of an opportunity to get points. I feel like Malaysia has to do it just because they want to try and get additional points over Germany as like best they can. But there is some parts on this map that are really going to be hard for Malaysia to play because they just don't seem to have the same technical skill as Germany does right now. And with some of the 1/6 that are in the middle of this map that are very dense, it could cause some problems for Malaysia. All right, and we're starting on Germany's third selection here. Malaysia has to win this point to prevent Germany from getting to match point and putting them in a much more dire situation where their pick really will matter because it's make it or break it at that point. Yeah, for those of you that are supporting Malaysia, this is the time to like show them your support as best you can, because so for some players that really does impact how they play. Some of them are just really there to impress the people that are watching. Germany right now pulling ahead. Everybody from both sides is holding full combos right now. But first drop goes to Jerry from Malaysia. Second drop coming from Celtic Rival. Another drop from Jerry. There's not really any extra points for either side to get either, as there's equal amounts of mods on both sides. And Germany is just overall doing better on the technical aspects of the map and is pulling ahead in score.
Yeah, Jerry finding miss on that 1/4, 1/6 stream. It's proving to be a very good pick for Germany. And I'd like to say that MC Bongo Combo and Jerry, both using Hard Rock, are two players that you're going to have to watch out for at the end of this map, where there's an increased SV, and with Hard Rock, it just becomes increasingly difficult to read. So we may actually see a couple of drops in accuracy loss from those players in the final section. Though as it stands, Germany's very comfortably ahead, with about over 300,000 point lead.
Yeah, it's just the technical picks seem to be a little bit too much for Malaysia to be able to keep up with Germany. And it's really showing here.
Alright, the SV increase. Jerry finding misses.
And that's a very decisive point for Germany there. Jerry actually failing the map. Germany just pulling ahead and taking that forward point, bringing them to match point if they take the next point here. Malaysia is definitely in a tough spot as they need to win their next map selection in order to stay in this match against Germany.
So maybe match point for Germany, but it looks like Malaysia does now have the benefit of choosing a map, which could potentially get them back into this.
All right, Malaysia, let's see if you can manage to surprise everybody and take Germany to at least a third point here. If you can take 3 points off of Germany, I would be incredibly surprised. I know for certain most of the people that are watching this will be incredibly surprised by that as well. I wish them the best of luck. As for Germany, Germany is obviously showing that they are here to advance in the tournament, just having the technical skill to keep up with pretty much any team. I think their biggest weakness, and it's what's being shown here, is that they just don't seem to be able to keep up very well on slider velocity maps. So I hope next week, if there are slider velocity maps, they take a little bit of time to just practice a bit more on those kinds of maps, because they are a lot harder to get down in a single play.
So if you are supporting Malaysia, they need your energy now.
All right, so yeah, we are getting FKS. Not really surprised by that, as Malaysia has been going for those slider velocity picks, and Germany does not seem to be doing well on them. So this could potentially be a third point for Malaysia, and we may see this go on a bit further.
He is a very strong player, and I do not at all doubt his hidden hard rock abilities.
Now the real question is how many of the players are going to do hidden hard rock, because this map is actually quite difficult to do hidden hard rock on. There's a couple of sections where you have some pretty weird overlay happening, and there is, as mentioned, slider velocity changes, which with hard rock added makes it a lot harder. It looks like we have 2 players from Germany that are doing hidden hard rock. So we have Chromox and Mew, and from Malaysia's side we have CirnoRHTL.
I feel that if you have the ability to get over 1 million score with a hidden hard rock, regardless of AC or FC, if you can do that consistently, then you should essentially just choose hidden hard rock, because you're guaranteed to always beat out a no mod play.
Yep, that's exactly correct. So for any players that have been practicing prior to this, if they knew for a fact that they'd be able to get over 1 million with hidden hard rock, even with misses, they should definitely be using it. But as we're seeing right now, from Malaysia's side, CirnoRHTL is not really being able to manage the hidden hard rock so well on this map. Struggling a little bit, managing to get themselves back around that 95% mark now. But on Germany's side, we have Chromox and Mew, who are both sitting above 99% right now, and just showing that they do not care about slider velocity. Completely turning what we've seen so far on our heads. Yeah, Celtic Rival and the rest of Malaysia is going to have to do some work to pull this one back. And And this isn't a very long map either. This is fairly short. The score lead is just looking very imposing right now for Malaysia, as there's the additional 1.12 multiplier on one of their players, so there is just a higher score chance for Germany, and they are taking full advantage of that, even with Chromlux missing there. The score gap just growing and growing as it's approaching the 250,000 point mark now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much Malaysia can do to get back into this. Oh, misses everywhere on the final stream, but it's not going to be enough.
Zatera actually being the only S on the map, with Mew getting very close with 100, or sorry, 1 miss. But that will be it. Germany winning 5-2 over Malaysia. Malaysia will fall down into the losers bracket, and Germany will advance past the round of 16.
It was an excellent performance from Malaysia, though. Oh, from both teams, of course. But I think Malaysia really surprised us all.
Yeah, it was amazing performance by Malaysia. I honestly, after what I've seen, I expect that they will go even further. Depending on who they get placed against, it seems so likely that they will advance further into the tournament. Anyway, guys, for myself and Jai, we are done commentating for now. You will be joined by Zitra and Zatera for the next match, which will be Indonesia versus Australia, which Jai is actually playing in. So good luck on that match, Jai.
Don't scare me.
Good luck, man.
Thank you. Oh, I will need it. Indonesia is a very strong team.
As for myself, I will be watching that match, and I will be promptly passing out after that because I have to play later on today.
Fun times.
All the colors in the sky remind me of your pretty eyes. Oh, be with me right now.
When I look into the sky, I see the clouds and wonder why I'm not with you right now.
Oh, be my rainbow girl with the colors in my world. And baby, you can see that we were meant to be. You take the shades of gray and make them fade away. You brighten up my day. Oh, baby, won't you stay?
I'll be your rainbow girl, la da di da di da, la da di da di da, la da di da di da. I'll be your rainbow girl, la da di da di da, la da di da di da, la da di da di da. I'll be your rainbow girl.
All the colors in the sky remind me of your pretty eyes. Oh, be with me right now.
When I look into the sky, I see the clouds and wonder why I'm not with you right now.
Oh, be my rainbow girl with the colors in my world. And baby, you can see that we were meant to be. You take the shades of gray
That's good.
and make them fade away. You brighten up
Yeah, man.
my day. Oh, baby, won't you stay?
I'll be your rainbow girl, la da di da.
Oh, we ain't live yet?
Oh yeah, we're live. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. I couldn't imagine this match to be that close. Like, I had no idea how close this would be.
Oh,
Huge.
Tasha was thinking it would be 5-1.